So this morning we've something a little bit different than our normal live Q&A. We are going to be chatting with one of our fabulous clients, Kate, about the transformation of her home office. Now, working from home is something that so many of us have had to get used to over the last year. And it's something that I think many people will continue to do, whether it's full-time or even part-time. So we just thought that this would be a great way to hopefully inspire any of you that are tackling a similar project and give you lots of ideas about where to start. So Kate, thanks so much for agreeing to do this with us this morning. Hopefully people will get loads of ideas and tips. But can you tell us, to start with, why you decided to reach out to us in the first place to help you with the design of your home office?
Hi Denise, happy Saturday. So I suppose for me, I enlisted the services because I had just moved home. I had a new space to create an office in from scratch, and I just wanted to get it right. I wanted to enlist professional services, your interior designers as well as architects, so I knew you'd hit the ground running. And I work a lot from home, whether it's the mornings or night times. I wanted to get it right. I wanted to be a special place that I'm in. I can relax, I can focus and get the work done. And I'm not particularly savvy in layouts and design, even shopping for accessories. So I thought it was the perfect service for me.
So what condition was your room in to start with before you started any of the work?
The room, you shared a video of it yesterday on your stories on Instagram on Optimise Home, and the room was empty, blank canvas. I literally had the flooring and the curtains, and that was it.
And can you give us a little run through of your brief that you gave us for the design of the home office?
I wanted an office space that was beautiful and functional, and that's really where I drew the line. I knew no more. I knew aspect where I wanted the desk to face, and I knew the feelings I wanted in the room: organised, creative, structured, focus. And what I loved about Optimise Home then was the online package. I didn't need to leave my home. They didn't need to waste diesel coming down to my home, so I could have been anywhere in the country. I sent a video of the space. I came from the hallway so they could see the hall. I walked into the space, showed them the empty space, did my measurements, which was quick and easy, and then they did absolutely everything after that digitally without ever stepping foot in my home, which I thought was one of the biggest benefits for me. It was so quick. So the brief was vague enough. Fair play to you, Denise.
What kind of atmosphere did you want to create in the space, and what was your idea for the decoration and the design?
So the atmosphere I wanted to create was one of calm and focus, but not for it to be stale or dull. I wanted something a little bit inspiring too. I wanted a pop of colour, but the main objective was to have a place that felt very serene and calm, one that I could focus in.
When it came to choosing the colours, you know, the starting point had to be the atmosphere that you wanted to create in the space. So that's why we thought really carefully about, you know, the fact that this is a home office. This is somewhere where you wanted to feel creative, focused, productive, inspired. So we didn't want it to be too strong, you know, to have too many things going on. And now as well, with video calls being a normal part of everyday working life, we felt that having a really nice backdrop was super important. So that's where we went for a strong colour. So we used the beautiful sort of rich blue shade Twilight, which is in the shelving unit behind where you sit. And then for the rest of the walls, we kept it really soft and neutral. So we went with a really beautiful soft shade of off-white called Lace. And that's just so lovely because you can build on that. You can add in your own bits and pieces, and especially with the dark blue shelving unit behind you, you know, there's so much opportunity to add your own little, you know, ornaments and things like that to bring your own personality through, which is so important as well, because ultimately this space has to feel like your space. So that's one of the most important parts for us when we're designing any space, is to leave ways where people just can put their own stamp on it too. Did you have a really strong idea about how you wanted to use the space, you know, furniture layout, things like that?
I didn't have an idea how I wanted the space exactly. I didn't know about the storage solutions or what kind of desk or chair. I'm not really in interior shops all that often. So it really was, I was starting from nothing. I put everything in Optimise Home's hands and just said I wanted a space that's beautiful, very functional. I just told them what I do. It's really just a laptop and a phone and a desk, and then you do the rest. Thanks, Denise.
What did you find most helpful about working with us on the project?
Most helpful was, number one, the creativity and the expertise, but number two, the budgeting. I really thought the budgeting was fantastic. you gave me the lists of like dual options for nearly everything. One chair, I had an option of a chair that was €2,500 and an option of a chair that was €300. It was fantastic. You have a thing you'll spend money on. Like, I'm a week for stationery, fancy stationery, desks. I like desks. Chairs I didn't mind, so I went for the cheaper option on the chair and I blew the budget on the desk. And then, like, where you had suggested maybe would I take up the flooring and do what was the flooring you had suggested? Parquet flooring. And I didn't want to blow the budget because the flooring is fine. I didn't want to blow the budget. I kept the carpet at the curtains as well. So I kept the curtains, kept the flooring, and then put all the budget into the built-in and the desk.
And what's your favourite bit about the space now that it's been transformed?
My favourite elements were just everything. Like, you sent me on an option where neutral built-in, and then this option I went with the lace on the walls and a darker, more vibrant built-in. But I loved everything, like the options, and again that I got to pick my own chairs. I felt like I picked everything myself, but from a very concise, well put together palette. So you had all the work done, I just picked it. And I loved again the budgeting where I got to pick again, like my chair. I was so happy with the chair, and it's a gorgeous soft chair. It's really functional chair, but I got to pick it myself from your options.
Have you any favourite furniture or design elements?
I loved everything, to be honest. It would be hard to pick because you gave me the list and then I picked from it exactly the items I wanted. So like the lamp, the light fixture. So I got the light fixture from Slorgan Decor. And again, if I had some preferred suppliers, I could go with them. And because you'd given me such a specific brief, I'd know exactly the style of light to go for. Where you gave me a CAD drawing for the built-ins. We recommended a joiner, Max Sweeney from Offic, and they were brilliant. Like inside the door there's a little light switch, there's strip lighting in it, loads of things I would never have thought of. So everything feels very bespoke for me and for my office. So no favourites bar the desk and the rug. The rug and the desk are my favourite. So I do have a favourite. The rug I adore. I think it pulls it all together and makes it a home office as opposed to a sterile office. So often home offices you're working longer hours than you want to, or you're in there at unsociable hours. And then the desk. I absolutely adore the desk, and it really suits my needs. There's little drawers, everything's neat, you've everything put away where you need them, and then there's the sheet where I picked off the exact desk I wanted, and again I got to choose where I'd blow the budget and what things I'd be conservative on. So thank you so much, Denise, to you and the team. I adore my home office.